Hey everyone, this is RC3000 and welcome back to my Let's Play of Ratchet Clank. Now I must apologize for taking really long to make this episode, but with the technical problems and all, it was hard for me to actually get this to work working way to record this, since I have to record at the same time I'm recording the video and the audio. And it's too much for my laptop, so what I did is use my brother's old laptop to record this. Now I could have done this earlier, but I just become lazy and I didn't feel like doing this. So yeah, but now I'm back, so hopefully this recording will go well, because I did like 2 recordings last time and that's why I put this on hold. But anyways, so what happened in the last part? In the last part we find out that President Drake is trying to get pieces from other worlds in order to create his new world. And we are trying to find a certain Captain Quark to help us stop him. And in this episode we're gonna explore this planet, which is Planet Novalis, or Planet I will never know how to pronounce it. Anyways, it's Planet Novalis, or Novalis, or whatever you want to pronounce it. Torbrook Crater? I don't even know how to pronounce crater. But anyways, as you can see here, there's like 2 things we must do in this planet, and there's also an optional path which go on a circle, which is actually the first thing we're gonna do. But first, let's check the missions. First we have to find a new ship, because, well, Ratchet here kinda crashed it to a rock. Yeah, nice driving there, Ratchet. Anyways, we also we can explore the waterworks, where we can find actually an interesting character from the Ratchet and Clank games. According to this, these waterworks are one of the things that Drake plans to steal from this planet. You should research it thoroughly before they are ripped from the planet. Now, one thing I don't understand is that even though they said in the cutscene that this planet would crash to the sun if they took a piece of the planet, but you can always come to this planet regardless, so I really don't know what was the point of them saying that. I guess that was just a possibility and it never happened, but then again the waterworks are also here, so that also is a contradiction. But then again, we're not playing Phoenix Wright, so let's just move on with the let's play here. I was gonna almost say play too, but anyways. But before I actually go explore, I'm gonna talk about skill points. Now, first skill point I'm gonna mention: if you destroy one of those fighters that are flying at the speed of light, you get a skill point. As of now, we cannot get this skill point because, well, simple saying, we don't really have a ranged weapon. We only have our faithful glove bomb, or bomb glove, or whatever it's called. At this point I really don't know what the name is. It's been freaking months since I did this. Yeah, if you destroy one of those ships, you get a skill points. I do recommend waiting until later until you get the Visa bomb glove, or whatever, I forget the name either. Visa bomb gun, yeah, that's the name. You can do this mission easier because these ships are pretty fast. Now, what skill points really do? For starters, there are 30 of them, so when you beat the game and you have all the skill points, you will unlock the epilogue. Yeah, the epilogue. I was gonna confuse prologue with the epilogue, but the epilogue is the ending one, so I'm right, I'm believing. So yeah, if you get all those skill points, but they're compared to the other Ratchet Clank games, this really just unlocks one thing. So I'm mostly not gonna show all the skill points. I'm just gonna show a few in the way. I might even show this later on, actually, this skill point. But yeah, as for now, I'm not gonna do most of them, but I'm gonna tell you how to get it, and also I'm gonna show you what you get from it, so you don't really need to worry about the skill points that much. There's another collectible thing that we can get here, but I'll talk about it when we find one. Anyways, like I said, I'm gonna start with the optional path here, and I put the volume too low, so I can't really hear the game at all. Okay, this is a node that we can just press square and spin around it, so we can open this door. In Ratchet Clank 3, this was changed, and you really don't need to spin the analog stick, actually. Which I guess, if you're lazy, that's a good thing. I don't know why they do that. Although in Crack in Time, there's a different kind of node that you have actually to spin around. So I guess there goes your laziness. And goddamn, my TV is so dark today. This is because I put this darker in between parts, or rather episodes since I'm calling this episodes. What the hell? Did that guy just go toward that mushroom? That was hilarious. And of course, now that it's been a freaking month since I played this game, I freaking messing up with the camera. That's great. As you can see here, yeah, there's really not mission obligation to go here. There's only one thing you're gonna collect in this area, which is actually the optional thing that I was talking about. And as you can see, Ratchet cannot stay underwater for too long, or otherwise he dies. Or at least for now, actually. You know what, I should have actually put the cover more, because I can't barely see anything in this place. Come here, you silly. I know you're here. Oh, I kill it. I kill it without looking! Amazing! Anyways, another of these notes. So let's open this. But before we go there, there's something here which I can barely even see because it's really dark. But as you can see there, I think you can see, I don't know if you can, but anyways, this is what the glove bomb, or any explosive weapon for that matter if you have any, and throw it. And there we go. This is a gold bolt. Gold bolts in this game allows you to get special weapons, which I will get to later on. There are 40 gold bolts in this game. And after you collect those special weapons and all the gold bolts, because you kind of need all the gold bolts to do so, you can get something special, which I kind of forgot now. But I was not gonna tell you either ways because we haven't really shown about the special things that you can get with the gold bolts. So I'll just get that later on, even though I already said it was weapons. And I'm just stepping ahead of myself, which is kind of weird. Anyways, now that we're done with that path, because we are almost back to the place we were. Get me out of this darkness. Okay, now that we are done with that, we're actually gonna start a mission. And unless this portal water works first, since this place is gonna be taken, even though it's not. And there I go. This is a nice start for the last play, or rather, continue of the last play. Because we already started the last play, and I already said that in the beginning of that episode too, so... Kind of funny I'm saying that again. So simple platforming, even though I fail. The double jump is really not responsive in this game, now that I'm noticing that. I mean, comparing to the stuff. By the way, I don't think I ever said this, but the boxes with the G on are actually Gadgeton boxes. And now if you all jump in this part, which is just spamming X pretty much, you can get another gold bolt. Yeah, but in those Gadgeton boxes, which is the G box, you get ammo in case you couldn't realize it by now. I don't need to explain that, but I feel like it, because really, if you think about it, there's really most Let's Players don't do Ratchet Clank, or don't try to explain much Ratchet Clank, because there's really not much to talk about at a certain point. At the beginning, there's probably a lot to talk about, but afterwards, you're just not gonna have a lot to talk about. Anyways. And like I said in the beginning of this part, we're gonna meet this famous character from the Ratchet Clank series, which is gonna be really popular in giving you hints how to beat the final bosses in the future games, which is kind of interesting they did that, especially in All for One actually, because he says something that it doesn't give you the certain tip for a reason that you can see by playing the game actually, because I'm not gonna spoil that for anyone. But anyways, back to the waterworks. Now here we have to fight the current. Okay, we don't have to fight it in this one because it points out. But here we better just jump from this side so we can actually not fight the current. Don't need to fight the current, as you see here, it's pulling me back. Anyways. So this is a pretty simple platforming, even I can do it, and that's saying a lot. I'm so stuck at platforming. I'm struggling with the camera today, Jesus Christ. After this I should probably change the camera. If this recording is successful, though. And here we are, we're gonna meet this guy.
Blast it!
Look, Plumber's crack.
What did you just say?
I said, look, the plumber's back.
All right, wise guy. Shouldn't you be on one of them escape transports?
Escape transports?
Newsflash, giant robots
I haven't seen any
attacking.
giant robots yet.
The escape transports are taking all the rich folks off this goddamn planet.
So why aren't you on one?
Socioeconomic disparity.
What?
He hasn't got enough bolts.
Working people have to wait for Captain Quark to save us.
Well, got anything worth a lot of bolts?
I got this thing. Shows two weirdos ditching their ship. It's got coordinates to a desert planet, too.
An infobot. Ratchet, we could use that.
Yes, we can. Now, one thing I was researching about the plumber is that despite him being called the plumber every time, in the missions apparently says buy the infobot from a mechanic. So that's one thing I was actually noticing. But anyways, we need 500 bolts to buy it. And oh, look at that, we have more than 500, so let's buy it. Yeah, and get used to buying stuff from people, because we're gonna do that a lot.
Geronimo!
Did he just slide down a sewer
No.
pipe?
Mayday, mayday! This is the solar ship Radical. We seem to be under attack from the planet's surface.
Relax, kid. It looks like some sort of fireworks display. Probably in your honor.
Whoa! That was close! Ah!
Pipe down, I can't concentrate.
But we've been hit!
An unexpected detour. When we land, I'll see if I can scare up an exhibition for you.
We're not gonna live that long!
Kid, let's M-screen!
Eject! Eject!
Did you see that guy on the left? That was Skid McMarks.
Does he know Captain Quark?
I doubt it. He's a pro hoverboarder, always going off about how cool he is.
Looks like he's in trouble.
I'll say. I've never seen him look so freaked out.
So yeah, now we infobots in this game, as you probably tell from the first part, they actually give you coordinates to other planets. In this case, they give me coordinates for planet Aridia, if that's how you pronounce it. So don't expect me to pronounce things right, because yeah, most of the planets are not even pronounced in this game, except for a few that are pronounced later on. Like another planet we can get actually in this planet, which are actually going before this planet. I normally actually go to get the ship before I go here, but I decided to do this so I can get the weapon, because the area we're going now has more enemies than in this one, so that's why I decided to actually just get the bolts here and get the money enough to get the weapon we have in the Guardian shop, which is in this vendor right here. So press triangle, and here we go. We have a vendor. And this is the Pyrocider, which is pretty much a flamethrower, a pretty good weapon to use on when you're like surrounded, especially with small enemies. So it's a good weapon. I normally buy it later on, but technically I'm trying to show most weapons that are in the vendors. And yes, you're gonna wait here. No, I don't care. You're just gonna stay there. I'm not gonna do anything. Not gonna do anything.
Let's go, buddy. I ain't got
Yeah,
all day.
this guy say some comments after you stayed for too long. Anyways, let's buy the power set for 200 and 500 bolts. One thing in this game, for some reason, when you buy a weapon, you only get half of the ammo, which is kind of weird. But I normally don't buy ammo in this game that much, so I'm just gonna leave. And one thing I think is funny, in this game they do like Legend of Zelda style. Well, I said without the Legend of Zelda music, but you know what I meant. Anyways, let's use the power side for a bit here, so I can test it out. Even though I normally just beat stuff up with the wrench. In this area, to say the least. So yeah, it's a pretty straight, spinning around weapon. It's pretty good when you're surrounded. Not very good in this planet, honestly, so that's probably why I normally don't buy it at this point, but I had to show it to you that they were on sale, to say the least. But yeah, I have to show all the weapons. I don't want to show weapons like at the same time, so I might as well buy it when they are available. So I probably actually have to grind it with bolts at a certain point so I can get the weapons that are available on the certain planet. Bolts. Bolts everywhere. How come I miss you? Well, you're dead now. Now there's actually another gold bolt in this planet, but we cannot get it at this point, and that will happen a lot in a lot of the planets we go through, that there's a gold bolt that you might not be able, so you can actually go back to the planet. And raising the question, isn't this planet supposed to be destroyed? Go to the sun? No? Okay. I already complained about this in this episode, so I'm not gonna do it again. So yeah, there's a reason for me to come back here and get that skill point as well. I'll probably do like a special episode before the final boss and get the gold bolts I couldn't get before. Because yes, I am intending on getting all the gold bolts on screen and like the skill points because, well, they get you cool stuff, so. Anyways, actually the gold bolt I'm talking about is in this way, but the current is too powerful for us to actually go there, so we can't do that. Also, you can see this thing here. This thing is something for something really later on, but for now, let's just ignore it, even though I just show it to you, and so it's really hard to ignore it now. And now at this point of the Let's Play, I just ran out of stuff to say in this planet because there's really nothing much to say. Just like I expect it to be, but you know, this is like one of my favorite games of all time, so might as well let's start it with this. I mean, come on. What else would I start it with? I mean, my name is RC3000. What the hell would I start besides a Ratchet Clank Let's Play? I don't really say that's the skills that pays the bill like Hantom says normally, but in my case they don't really pay the bills, so I'll just leave it at that. Now, one thing I must show you, the game would technically tell you at another point, but when you have like two weapons or like, two gadgets or whatnot, you can switch between the last two gadgets that you, or actually one gadget that you use, by double tapping triangle button, so that way you can just automatically keep the Parasider and kill everything. As you can see, the Parasider just freaking annihilate those guys, except for this one. Ah! God damn it, I can't move. Damn you, wrench. Good thing we have an Nanatet here. I think this is the first Nanatet I catch. Or did I? I don't remember. I guess I have to check the first part. By the way, I also recommend, if you don't remember what happened in the last episode, to rewatch it if you want. If you don't, well, don't do it. I'm not gonna make you. And if you're watching this episode and you haven't watched episode 1, what are you doing in episode 2? Anyways, this ship, if you remember in the first episode, a certain mayor of planet Novalis was actually gonna be killed in his old planet for some reason. I don't know why they did that. Why couldn't you just kill it from Drax's airship or whatever it is? Whatever. Just kill everything, and this should trigger the cutscene. Also a bunch of subtitles.
Don't hurt me.
But this is nothing for now.
What are you? Mercenaries? Torturers? Assassins? I'll tell you anything. Here, take my infobot. It's all I've got left.
Sir, we're not assassins.
Hold on. Let's see what he's got.
I like how they make so many lines in one subtitle, and yet some of the cutscenes don't have subtitles at all.
Has this ever happened to you? Hi, I'm Captain Quark, and believe me, there's nothing worse than staring down a Blargian snagglebeast from the inside and knowing your equipment isn't functioning properly. That's why I come to Al's Robo Shack for all my electronic needs. Al has been the exclusive repair shop for my super electro gadgets since I was knee-high to a sand mouse. If Al can't fix it, it's not broke. Right, Al? You said it, pal. So if you're fighting crime, or just fighting grime, come to Al's RoboShack in Metropolis for all your robotic repairs. Al's RoboShack, it's Quarktastic!
Do you know what this means?
Yeah, Captain Quark is really sold out.
No, it means Captain Quark is on Metropolis. We could tell him about this invasion.
If we had a ship.
What? A ship? What? You're not going to
Yes,
torture
we're gonna
me?
torture you.
Well, as planetary chairman, I could arrange for you to borrow our courier
Yes, now
ship.
we have a ship.
Cool.
You can count on us, sir.
Right. Thank you, your chairman shipliness.
So now that we saved the mayor of Novalis to never be seen again, I guess he dies eventually. Oh, he is kind of old. Now that we have a ship, we can actually go to the 2 planets we got, which is planet Ker 1, which is the most popular planet in the Ratchet Clank games. Actually, he reappears in Ratchet Clank 3, and he also appears in the Future series. And actually, they actually name it Planet Ker 1 in that one, so I know how to pronounce this one. I think. But anyways, let's go up her ship, and actually I'll show you how can we navigate in that ship of ours that I'm probably pronouncing wrong because I can never pronounce ship right, so I apologize for that. So let's enter a ship with animation. Okay, as you can see, we can select Planet Novalis, even though I already did. We have Auto Pulse X11, Planet Third Radium, Metropolis Planet Ker 1. Now, one thing you might notice when you get here, you can check, for starters, you can play the infobot, and you can also see how many bolts does the planet have. For example, Planet Ker 1 has 3 bolts overall, which we can actually get it in one go, surprisingly. And we have the missions here, visit our RoboShack so we can find more about Quark. And we can see the cutscene, just like I just pressed incidentally. That's not what I wanted actually. I guess I'm too used to pressing circuit to go back in the PS3 games and whatnot. But anyways, this is all the time we have for today. This is actually a pretty long part, so I don't know if I'm gonna actually divide this by 2. Who knows? But anyways, in the next part, we're going to Planet Ker 1, so see you then.